So today was a Friends of the Library book sale, and I got a few books. Got $4 worth of books and donated $6 because I had a $10 bill. So I was able to get a bag. This is the Fairfax City Library. So these sales come like the fall time and then the springtime. I've missed several of them that I had intended to go to, but today I decided to get out of the house because I wasn't really feeling my best. Haven't been feeling my best all week. That sounds like a bit of a trend here, but it is what it is. And I'm waiting across the street, so that's why I'm just hanging out talking to y'all. But I found out about this particular sale by reading a local magazine called, I think it's called The City Scene, and I saw it listed there. So I made it a point of getting up. I didn't know libraries were open on Sundays. So if you're ever looking for something to do, head to your local library. Why can't I walk yet? I feel like I should be walking. Try not to jaywalk. So when I get to the car, I'll let you know what all I was able to get for $4. And yeah, I found one book in there that was a total surprise. I didn't even know it was a book because I watched a movie as a child, and then the movie was remade years later. But yep, hold please. All right, safely in the car. Now I can show you what I got for $4. And I got a few books for Mom also. So for Mom, I got 2 Chuck Swindoll books because Mom really likes Chuck Swindoll as a preacher. So it's a book on Moses and a book on Elijah. Mom. And then I got The Jekyll Island Club by Brent Monahan. It's a mystery, murder mystery. I got The Strength to Love by Dr. King. I got The Loved Ones by Mary Beth Hughes. I guess I should be telling you guys a little more about these books. So The Loved Ones says a darkly brilliant madman-esque drama of family secrets and professional lies set in the late 60s and early 70s against the backdrop of the booming cosmetic industry in New York and London. It's a dysfunctional family, I believe. So for the King book, Strength is Love, It says, many of Martin Luther King's deepest insights about life, good and evil, and Christian faith were forged in the heat of conflict and struggle. In this luminous text, Dr. King brought together many of his most stirring pieces to address the perennial and perplexing questions of faith and social justice. Why does God allow evil? What can we do in the face of evil in the world? How can we confront the complexity of our own natures to meet the challenges of justice and peace? What can Jesus teach us about adversity, love, and freedom? Few texts from Martin Luther King Jr. or any other writer so powerfully evoke as Coretta Scott King said, the love, truth, and courage to do what is right. That is the strength of love. Okay. How timely. The Jekyll Island Club is at the turn of the century, Jekyll Island, located on the Georgia coast, was the exclusive playground of the very rich. The club's 100 members controlled 1/6 of the nation's wealth. When a member of the Jekyll Island Club is shot and killed, his fellow captains of industry anxiously conclude it was a hunting accident. Is the impending visit by President McKinley to the Jekyll Island Club the reason? Could J.B. Morgan himself have been the one who pulled the trigger? Whose side is member and millionaire newspaper man Joseph Pulitzer on? Only the local sheriff, John LeBron, a wily Civil War veteran with his own agenda, can provide the truth. Then we have A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is my first V.E. Schwab novel. It says, welcome to Grey London, dirty and boring without any magic, with one mad king, George III. Then there is Red London, where life and magic are revered, and White London, a city slowly being drained through the magical war, down to its very bones. And once upon a time, there was a Black London, but no one speaks of that now. Officially, Kell is the Red Traveler, one of the last magicians who can travel between the worlds, acting as ambassador and messenger between the Londons in the service of the Marish Empire. Unofficially, he's a smuggler, which is a dangerous hobby for him to have, as proved when Kell stumbles into a setup with a forbidden token from Black London. Fleeing into Grey London, Kell runs afoul of Delilah Bard, a cut purse with lofty aspirations, who first robs him, then saves him from a dangerous enemy, and then forces Kell to spirit her to another world for a proper adventure. But perilous magic is afoot, and treachery lurks at every turn. To save all of the worlds, they'll first need to stay alive. That's an interesting read for when I need to cleanse my brain from some of the heavier things that I tend to read. Speaking of heavier things that I tend to read, this book is called Hottentot Venus by Barbara Chase Rybold. I picked this book up immediately without reading the back, because if you know of Hottentot Venus, you know that she was an African with a very specific physical shape that and nowadays people are paying to get BBLs to be shaped essentially like Hottentot Venus. And what eventually was happening to her was she was masquerading around different towns, countries as an oddity. So people would pay to see her, poke and prod her. And I'm pretty sure her body was no longer her own once she was placed in captivity and paraded around. Her body was no longer her own. It is Paris, 1815. An extraordinary shaped South African girl known as the Hottentot Venus, dressed only in feathers and beads, swings from a crystal chandelier in the Duchess of Berry's ballroom. Below her, the audience shouts insults and pornographic obscenities. Among these spectators is Napoleon's physician and the most famous naturalist in Europe, the Baron Georges Cuvier, whose encounter with her will inspire a theory of race that will change European science forever, evoking the grand tradition of such monster tales as Frankenstein and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Barbara Chase Rebold, prize-winning author of the classic Sally Hemings, again gives voice to an invisible of history. In this powerful saga, Sarah Bartman, which is her actual name, Hottentot Venus is the name that they gave her. Sarah Bartman is her name. For more than 200 years, known only as the mysterious lady in the glass cage, comes vividly and unforgettably to life. So they're giving voice, she's giving voice to the voiceless here, which again is pretty timely. The next book I have here, I did not expect to find on the shelves, is Sparkle. Sparkle, ladies and gentlemen. It's a movie that I watched in my childhood. I knew all of the songs. My cousin and I, the girls, we knew all the moves. We knew all the songs. It's a coming of age tale of a group of girls, sisters, who create a singing group, and as they become famous, one of the sisters, who is the oldest, her lifestyle and life choices are very dangerous. But I'll tell you what the back of the book says. Detroit, 1968. The Motown sound is sweeping the nation. Girl groups are hotter than ever. Over their mother's objections, three beautiful sisters, Dolores, Sister, and Sparkle, are taking the local music scene by storm. But their dreams are bigger than Detroit. Their manager, Styx, is just as ambitious and will do whatever it takes to make it to the big time, even if it means using the girls and his love for Sparkle as the foundation of a new musical empire. Behind the music and lights, the recording industry is a ruthless and unforgiving place, just as Mama had warned her girls. Sister, with her good looks and voice, is the natural headliner of the trio, yet her complicated personal life threatens to overshadow her talent. Dolores has her sights set on a different kind of life outside the spotlight. And young Sparkle must push past her deepest fears if she is to fulfill her destiny. Does she really have what it takes to go all the way? Riveting and soul-stirring, this timeless tale reminds us of the unbreakable bonds between family, the high price of fame, and what can happen when we dare to show the world how brightly we can sparkle. That's going to be a nice read. Even though I've seen the movie so many times, I'm interested to see how the story changes. Yeah, I think it was a movie first, and then they adapted into a book, which is not how we normally see things. And the last book I have is called Tumbling. Tumbling, Diane McKinney Whetstone. This is a best-selling first novel. It's the heartwarming story of Noon and Herbie, a young couple in Philadelphia during the 1940s and 50s, unable to consummate their marriage because of a horrible secret in Noon's past. Noon and Herbie seek comfort from other sources. She in the warmth and acceptance of the local church. he in the arms of a nightclub singer named Ethel. Despite their problems, Noon and Herbie care deeply for one another, and their bond is further strengthened when they are blessed with a family in the form of 2 girls abandoned on their doorstep. When their close-knit community is threatened by outside forces, wonder what those are. Noon finds that she must lead the battle to defend their deeply cherished way of life as she struggles to keep her unconventional family whole. Tumbling is a beautiful and uplifting debut novel from the most exciting new voice in African American fiction. I feel like this is going to be a good read, but it's probably going to be a little heart-wrenching, and yeah, heart-wrenching is what we're doing these days, I guess. It's fall. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye. All right, so I'm back, and I have been doing a few errands and decided that I needed a snack because I was quickly running out of energy. So I stopped at Wendy's. I was going to just get fries and a nugget, something small. But when I pulled up, they have a Krabby Patty meal. Now, I don't know what makes the Krabby Patty the Krabby Patty, but I went ahead and got it because the Frosty is like a pineapple swirl something Frosty flavor, and you know from the show, SpongeBob lives in a pineapple under the sea. So here's the sandwich. I want to see what, maybe it's a Krabby Patty sauce that's on it. So I got the single, and I'm looking. There is a sauce on here. Doesn't look like anything special, so it's basic. It's a cheeseburger. I don't know what makes it a Krabby Patty. Maybe I should have watched the commercial first. It's fine. It's a burger. Comes with fries. I don't like Wendy's fries, but in a pinch they'll do. And here's my little pineapple Frosty. It was a regular Frosty with pineapple syrup in it. So very pineapple-y. Part of that because my straw is sitting in the stuff, in the syrup. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna get my pedicure done because my toes are now little claws. It's been over a month since I have gotten a pedicure and got my toenails cut, and my toenails grow super long super fast, so we're going to take care of that ASAP. I guess you can say that this is my pre-Veterans Day celebration of self. Just getting a few things done that matter to me. You know, got me some books, got me a little snack. Went by TJ Maxx. I needed a new shower liner for my shower curtain. So I mean, just doing a few little things, paying attention to myself. I guess you could call it self-care day. Got some on the lip. But yeah. So after I eat this little snack, we're gonna go across the street and take care of these toes. Cause honey, they rough. And my plantar fasciitis has been kicking my ass. It has been Flare City, honey, on both feet. Not just the right foot, but both. So I'm hoping that she can give me a pretty good massage to like help out with that. And then we're gonna call this day done. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Talk to you soon. All right, let's get this pedicure done.
Like this.
It's so long. My nails used to grow like that. I wish my nails still did. Well, I just wanted to thank you guys for spending the day with me, and I am preparing to sit and read for a bit. Would you like to know what I'm reading? I'll tell you. Okay. Sisters in Arms by Kaya, I think it's Kaya Alderson. So what does it say about Sisters in Arms? As the first and only all-black battalion of the Women's Army Corps, the legendary 6888, these brave women risk their lives to serve with honor against incredible odds. Grace Steele and Eliza Jones may be from completely different backgrounds, but when it comes to the Army, specifically the Women's Army Corps, they are both starting from the same level. Not only will they be among the first class of female officers the Army has ever seen, they are also the first black women allowed to serve. As these courageous women help to form the 6888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, they deal with more than just Army bureaucracy. Jeez. Everyone is determined to see this experiment fail. For two Northern women, learning to navigate their way through the segregated Army may be tougher than boot camp. Grace and Eliza know that there is no room for error. They must be more perfect than everyone else. When they finally make it overseas to England and then France to ensure American servicemen receive word from their loved ones, Grace and Eliza will at last be able to do their part for the country they love, whatever the risk to themselves. Based on the true story of the 6888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, Sisters in Arms explores the untold story of what life was like for the only all-black female U.S. battalion to be deployed overseas during World War II. And in case you didn't know, a movie is supposed to come out about this particular battalion's story, and it's due out in December of this year. I think it's produced by Tyler Perry, and it is starring, I want to say it's starring Olivia Pope, but I know that's not her name, but right now I cannot think of the actress's name that played Olivia Pope in Scandal. To save my life, I can't think of her name. Anyway, be on the lookout for the movie about the 6888th Postal Battalion Company. And with that, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you guys. Keep reading. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. And be blessed.